Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon,
Banshee, and Sunny.
my camera seems really off,
Your camera is off.
so I'm going to go and adjust it while you do pattern.
I'll let you know when Sunny's on camera. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's well. Obviously, we were off last Sunday because of the football game, which happily the Lions won, and happily they're playing Sunday again. But happily for you, it is not going to affect our live show. They're playing at 6:30 in San Francisco, so we will be live as normal this Sunday, 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's better.
I know, I'm working on it.
Okay.
No help or comments from the peanut galleries.
Well, you know, I look at my screen and I realize I'm not seeing what he's doing because it's behind your screen.
Yeah,
So
everyone just has to be patient.
just be patient a moment. Down more, Mr. O. I don't know if he needs to go down more. I think he might, maybe a little. I don't think he needs that much.
Something's wrong though. I have some crucial error here going on.
Oh,
Maybe I don't.
I think it's fine.
Okay, I don't
it's
want
fine.
to keep getting up.
Oh, she said down before was where you put it.
It is a little better than what it was.
All
It's
right.
just going to have to stay.
It's a lot better than it was. I was like up to here. Okay?
I might be talking about other aspects
Oh.
of the camera, you know, like. So anyways, here we
So
are.
anyways, Mr. O, Sunny is giving me no quarter here.
Don't know what to tell you.
We have created a monster.
I hear the other one crying in the background.
Yes, and then she's got to start up. Well, it's bath time. It's bathing ritual time using the Seasons of the Witch Imbolc Oracle. Yes, Sunny, yeah. You can put your arm on me. I should throw you in the bathtub, maybe give you a bath. The keywords are... And Sassy sounds like she's in the bathroom echoing there in the hall. Okay, keywords. Healing, washing away negativity or what does not belong. Preparing for success. With you, water spirit, I wash away what no longer serves me and drink in spells that call for healing. Receiving this card is a good omen that a new beginning is very close at hand. But there's still a little healing to do before you can welcome a fresh phase. There are remnants of a past experience that are still negatively influencing your choices and what you're calling into existence. You may not even be consciously aware of just how much emotional or spiritual weight you are carrying. You may wish to consider reaching out to a professional if you feel called to who can help you access those areas of your life that are in need of healing so you can safely process and move forward. Each time you confront the challenges of your past, you open up a little more space so that you can fill your life with more joy, abundance, and love. Pulling this card is a sign that now is not quite the right time to move forward with your plans, although you are not very far away from the light at the end of the tunnel. Skipping over this critical healing step could derail any future success you might have. Instead, invest in the act of self-care, washing away what no longer serves the person you are becoming. And I think it's really important for us to, we're always so anxious to start something new, but if we prepared ourselves right for it, are we ready for it? So I think, this whole idea of washing away negativity first and any remnants of things that might remain, whether you realize they're there or not. When you're getting a fresh start and something new, even a new job, it's just nice to wash away the old so that you can make room for new growth.
Even Gina Clean would approve.
Oh, Gina! Hi. Oh, I got so sidetracked I didn't get to listen to your music yet, Gina, but after the show, that's when I'm doing it. Hope you're doing well, Gina. Holy cow. All right, Sunny is taking up some real estate here. Gina Clean approved. That was awesome, Mr. O, by the way. A nice introduction to Gina's presence. Good to see you. All right. Well, let's get on with the show, shall we? My goodness,
Right.
I could just prattle on today. And by the way, for those who are following my chair yoga saga on Twitter, I just want to say I had a great workout today. And what was really important for me was the fact that this is only like the second time I've been able to walk in that place without any pain and leave there without any pain, because it's kind of a walk from the parking lot to the building. And I am feeling less and less pain in my lower back these days. Fingers crossed. Everything seems to be going on the right track. So I'm so thrilled about that. I'm just thrilled about that.
Nice.
Okay. So.
Well, I'm just glad that I'm getting better.
Oh,
Considering-
Mr. O, do you want to talk about your saga briefly?
No.
I will, just briefly. He had a sinus infection.
I've never had one before.
It was pretty interesting. No, really, he was miserable. So.
She said my face was swollen, and all I know is there was a lot of pain on the side where it was at. Oh my God, it hurt so much.
So his doctor telemetted antibiotics over to the pharmacy, and they've really helped. So.
And in fact, I have to do my next dose within this hour, so I have to remember that. Hi, Copreek.
Hey, Copreek. Put you on the list, and let's get going. Why don't you start with one of your decks, Mr. O, for
Alrighty.
Aaliyah's question.
Okay.
Hi, Aaliyah.
Hi, Aaliyah. And Aaliyah asks about those neighbors. We've been reading the chat here with a couple people weighing in.
Oh.
Are they gonna leave? Because I'm so tired of hearing the noise. How do you want to do that?
Oh, did we say that before they were going to leave? This question did come up.
Yeah, seems
Let's
familiar.
do a yes no and see what we get on this now. What
All
the
right.
vibe is.
So I'm using the Violet Lotus approved Egyptian Nouveau, which was a gift from the holidays.
I have mixed up my decks today. I've got some old, some new. I still kept a couple of the new ones in there. But I brought out a number of old decks, a couple of old cat decks, and something else that was interesting.
Well, at one point I realized it wasn't really an allergy, it was a cold. And I always just take that medicine that always says it's just for these symptoms. But I thought the medicines had kicked it, and then it just seemed like this sinus infection.
You know what I brought back out today? The Tarot of Doors.
Hi, Melody.
Do you remember the Tarot of Doors?
Uh-huh.
Hey, Melody. Good to see you. I'm so sorry, Aaliyah. Well, I wonder what shifted and changed. Let's see.
Well, it's just going to make me count them all out.
So it's leaning towards no, eh?
We only have one ace, so it is leaning towards no, sadly. There's our ace. It tells us it's not likely to be yes, but we do have these cards, so let's go ahead and read them. The first one is the Queen of Wands, and she's upright. And then the next one is the reversed Ten of Cups.
Oh my goodness. Well, they clearly have issues.
Yeah, they have a really unhappy life, I think.
So did you say they argue with each other? That's part of it, right? Because I sense that here there's a lot of, clearly with the Ten of Cups reversed, there's a lot of discord here.
I saw that, Kara, thanks.
But it could be also, they can't seem to agree on a direction. The Queen of Wands is there.
Yeah.
It seems like there's a powerful influence among them. It's almost as if they relish the attention they get, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Sure.
Who would want that kind of negative attention around themselves, though? But it almost seems like somebody is trying to get noticed, you know?
Yeah, but clearly this is bad news in a way, and you got to wonder why a manager, landlord, company, whatever would, especially if there are other people who feel affected by this.
Well, remember, it's leaning towards no, but it's not a definite no.
True.
Let's say that.
And
but
I'll just have to say that, I know a number of people who have issues like this. One of my coworkers, and they can't seem, to get anybody to do action with those noisy tenants.
And maybe this is saying, too, when I see the Queen of Wands here, I'm wondering, Aaliyah, if it really, this whole problem has to be brought to somebody else's attention. Maybe that's what the Queen of Wands is, More notice has to be given to this so that, maybe it will influence them to move on.
Well, it's a forward personality. It's somebody who's brave enough to and confident enough to just really handle, tough situations. If you can find a person like that, or if there is somebody like that.
I divine you. All right. Well, we've got some Lenormand to follow up with this, and it's rather interesting. We have the clouds, and we have the mountains. So I can look at this a couple of different ways. There's definitely issues, first off, with these people. It seems like there may be obstacles if they wanted to move. There may be obstacles towards them moving right now, and they just don't seem to be able to agree on a course of action, Are they going to stay together? Are they going to separate? What's going to happen with this couple? It seems like things are very uncertain here. And also I would say for your desire of wanting them to move, this is also saying that there may be some obstacles associated with that. Because basically maybe things are so up in the air with this couple. I mean, if they're going to separate, then eventually maybe they would move. But if they're going to just stay together and brawl it out like this, maybe they can't decide on where to move.
Aaliyah, I am absolutely not suggesting that cops should be called.
Oh.
It's too dangerous. There's too many things going wrong with law enforcement lately. I just wouldn't want anyone to have to deal with that possibility. So I don't know. I'm not really sure. I haven't had situations.
Landlords? If there's a landlord?
Right. I mean, those are the obvious ones, and she probably has already considered that or has worked into that. So what were these again? The mountain and the clouds.
Yeah.
Well, it overall seems to present the idea that this is a difficulty or a confusing problem that you're going to probably endure for a while. And like we mentioned before, you may have mentioned this before, I realize it has been a while, but it seems like this seemed familiar, so I don't know if this is if you're the person that brought that to us before.
Oh, yeah.
I almost feel like the Queen of Wands is about you being brave or confident enough to try to find, the right course of action here, but I'm not able to see what that course of action should be. It just may mostly be saying you have to try to keep yourself in a nobler place or in a better place where, no one can say, well, points at you and says, you do this, the moral equivalencies and things like that. I'm not really sure, but the basic answer to your question is it's not likely, but there is a possibility.
There's a possibility, but as we can see with the mountains and the clouds, there's some difficulties here. So, if you get on this road, too, of trying to get them removed, you may find this to be really complicated and cause your life some issues as well. Yeah. So I would just suggest right now, tread carefully with this. Obviously you got to kind of stand up for yourself. I'm not going to say not to, but do be careful, with how you handle this. There's definitely some obstacles. I don't see anything violent or dangerous here. I just definitely see that Ten of Cups, that they just seem not at all together,
Well, absolutely come back if anything changes, or if you just want to get an update maybe in a week or two, whenever.
Oh, good luck with that.
Good
Sheesh.
luck.
Sorry they didn't
it's
move.
actually been a pretty long time since we had to deal with those kind of issues. Literally about 30 years ago when we had renters in our house. Well, they weren't really renters. They were people that we were doing a favor for a friend by letting them live in our upstairs, and
it didn't work well. It did not.
We'll probably never do anything like that again. But,
Did not go.
10 or 15 years beyond that, when we were much younger persons, yeah, we were in that route of having really bad neighbors.
He forgets we had a few issues around here. We get some noise from time to time, but it's really nothing
different.
Like it was.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
It's different. Well, I'm thinking of those college people that lived above our apartment.
Oh, yeah. Well... True that. I forgot about them.
And broke our ceiling with their pogo dancing during a punk rock party.
Yes, I remember that. Oh my gosh. Anyway.
All right, so...
let's move on. I'm sorry. We're digressing badly.
Yes.
V is up, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. What do we got for V? What's coming towards me in love for February? Okay. I'll use my Tarot Oluma, one of the decks I kept in the mix here.
Good luck, Aaliyah. I almost feel like I like your questions about TV shows better.
Yeah, this is sad. I'm sorry about that situation. Now I think about actually other times, like when we lived, when I had to call the police because it was they weren't neighbors though, but I don't know if they lived in the neighborhood or not. Remember the abuse that was going on in the car outside of our apartment, and I had to call the police, and I kind of had to shout out there to the guy to stop because the police were coming, and he didn't seem to care. He just kept hitting her. I wasn't going to put myself at jeopardy, but...
Just today, I was telling a yarn from the past, and one of my coworkers said, you should write a book. You've had such an interesting life.
We have seen some stuff in our day. And not all bad.
Oh, I'm sorry that's too busy for you. If we have to handle it while you get some grub, we will.
Okay, what's going on in love for V in February? The Chariot is here. Oh, look at that. It's going to be all upright cards. The Knight of Swords is here. And the Two of Swords. bit of air energy here.
Clover.
Ooh.
The moon.
Gee, V.
Well,
You know, I think something could be happening in love in February. If it's with somebody you are currently with or somebody new coming in, this person could be an air sign, but not necessarily. There's a lot of air element here. The Knight of Swords indicates something or someone rushing into your life or making some moves or thinking about making some moves your way, because that's Two of Swords. See, that's what's throwing me off here. We got the Two of Swords on one end, which is kind of a stand back card, and then we've got the Chariot on the other end, which is like kind of a move forward card. What do you think?
well, it seems like a real heady thing going on here, like almost like the quote unquote whirlwind romance. Like the Chariot is just sort of rushing in, and there's this idea like we're bringing it together. You know, it's bringing the multiple or the disparate forces or different forces together. But maybe it's a lot to think about. Am I going too fast? Am I going in the right direction?
God. Yes,
Because
perfect.
it is really sweeping you along, you know, with that Knight of Swords. That energy is sort of saying, like, we've got a mission here. You know, like it just sort of feels like destiny that maybe you met this person or maybe that it picked up like that. So slowing down, though, to think about it isn't necessarily a bad thing. And I'm not saying ruin your Valentine's Day February, because I don't think that's possible necessarily. This thing really has a life of its own that goes beyond what we might be able to tell you.
Well, it's a tough call here. Something is happening, whether this is somebody... You know, did you say you are single now, V? I forget. You'll have to excuse me. But the thing is, there's movement, definitely. He's absolutely right to focus on that part of it. Well, all of what you said, but that part of it, because of the Chariot and because the Knight of Swords is kind of a fast-moving character.
V is single.
Okay, V is single. So somebody could be rushing into your life. And this whole idea of maybe not so much putting the brakes on it, but really thinking about how fast you want to move this along.
Right. Consideration.
And the reason I'm saying that is because you have the moon and the clover here. It almost feels like this is like some weird synchronistic meeting or something that just... You happen to be at the right place at the right time, and you hook up with this person. That's what it seems like, you know? And so you almost feel like, is there a destiny here? But really, truly think about it a little bit and try not to move too fast. Try to take things in stride. You know, the Knight of Swords could also be a message to you about, you know, really think before you move too fast, right?
Right, because the Knight of Swords can also be talking about, you know, your ability to discern how you move into a situation, too, because it's the swords, you know. I wanted to mention that with the clover and the moon, I think, yes, it just sort of adds to this kind of destiny aspect here. Like, it just sort of feels like it's meant to happen, or, like I said, it's a whirlwind romance. Something just really clicks. You will have to let us know how good or bad we are with this.
Yeah, I know. February ends and you've met no one. I'm going to be sad. Good luck with that, V.
Good luck,
it looks
V.
positive right now.
Right.
Hey, just put yourself out there. You never know where this could be. You're in the library. You're looking at the same book section as someone else. You're shopping, you see somebody there.
And you have to understand, too, that you know, the court cards are not necessarily the gender of what you see there. That Knight of Swords could emulate the qualities within yourself as far as the situation goes. Willing to really charge into this, you know, and sort of prepare yourself mentally for it. You're welcome.
All
Good
right,
luck.
we are on Estelle. Hi, Estelle.
Hi, Estelle. And Estelle wants to know if their sister is thinking about starting a business with them, or does she want to work with them? Okay, so how should I do that? tell you what.
Does she want to work with me? Well, let's see what comes up with 3 cards, and if we don't have that last part of it, we'll do a yes/no. We'll see.
Excuse me. So, I am actually going to work with my Tarot of Oppositions.
You know what? I was almost going to ask you if I could use that today. Almost.
Because you thought that, I will let you also shuffle.
But no, I started looking at some of my older decks. I brought down some older oracle decks I'm going to be using for my oracles on Twitter and social media. And I started looking at some of my older tarot decks too. Plus, I wanted to bring the Pulp Fiction tarot back out since you were using that horror one.
I almost picked that one today too.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it have been
that
funny?
one is so cool. That really is.
Yeah, the Todd Alcott's Horror Tarot.
Do you want me to cut them for you?
Sure.
Well, and basically that tarot is like pulp images too, but all of the old horror creatures and stuff, right?
Yes.
Mr. O?
Well,
so
it's horror. It's horror conventions.
Okay.
There's one that's movie posters. There's one that's Pulp Fiction covers. There's ones that horror comic covers, and so on.
I just think it's so cool, but it's very reminiscent in a way of this pulp tarot.
Now, remind me who we're reading for again.
We are reading for a cell, and it's about the business with
right.
this
Okay.
person.
So we're just doing the regular 3 cards.
Yeah.
Okay, here goes. And it's the reversed Ace of Swords. But of course it has the upright one contained within its image. And it's the upright Ace of Wands. Wow.
2 aces.
I know, it's not even a yes or no question.
I know. We said we might do one if we need it, but...
And then it's the upright Justice. And of course, the Tarot of Oppositions contains its reversed image in the same image. So it's up to you a little bit about how you interpret them. We kind of, incorporate both of the ideas, but the one that is the top image is the stronger image.
Let me get the Lenormand going on this. I'm actually more going to read the upper part of the cards because I feel that way about it.
Okay.
In this case, as I'm looking at it, because I have some thoughts here, but I certainly understand why you want to do that with this deck. It's what it's made for.
Well, so I'm looking at the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands first, and I'm thinking that the Ace of Swords reversed contains the idea that maybe something is beginning, but it really will need attention to get it out there. That, part of the process of starting something is painful. He's holding the blade with his hands, in the reversed image. So starting things can be painful or involved, drawn out, but still there may be some idea about doing this. Are these in that order?
Yep.
Okay. Did you want to start on that one?
Well, Clouds was first.
I know.
Was first, yes.
Clouds.
I don't know why that's coming up so much. And then the snake. Boy, this Lenormand is,
So I did the first ace, and I stopped there.
Well, I may want to go further, but
Okay.
let me start with that ace because so I almost feel like in order to get your sister on board with this, you've got to look for something that's really going to draw her in, that's going to give her kind of an aha moment, like, yes, this is what we should do. We should work together. Because I do sense a new beginning could develop here, that you could be working together. I think she's just weighing it more and is still confused about what she wants and needs more convincing evidence that this is the right thing to do. And I think with Justice there too, it kind of plays into what I'm saying here with the Ace of Swords reversed, is that, with Justice, she's really trying to weigh if this is right for her or not. If she can, really, if this is really going to work out, if things are going to even out here.
I see that too with Justice, the idea that, but I'm also seeing maybe the idea that your sister wonders if her skills or things that she can do now will work in this process. And I feel that maybe The Ace of Wands up right here says that this project, this goal, this job, this thing you could create together would have a real organic feel to it, in the sense of really starting up and being natural. There wouldn't be a lot of let's get investors to invest in it, let's get this. You would just kind of build it from the ground up. And so she may question what her skill levels or what she brings to the table with that. But I think ultimately she is, going to be somebody who could be a willing partner.
You know what I like about this deck in this case here is that, you see the two hands gripping the wand because it's obviously upright and reversed here. And of course, you're talking about a partnership issue. So in a sense, I feel like you guys could really get something off the ground together. That you should try, to work with your sister, if you can. But I feel she's going to need a bit of convincing here. And, the snake in the clouds kind of concern me too. Maybe she's not being totally upfront with some of the things that, are nagging at her or not wanting her to get involved. I assume you've already talked to her about going into business together, right? So it's as if she's still confused and maybe just needs more convincing.
Well, I don't think Eselle's question really indicated that, but it is possible, of course. When I look at that snake in the clouds, I feel like maybe that does pertain more to your sister, Eselle, that the idea is that they're still, have some doubts here. And like I said, I think it's because they don't know what they bring to the table or to this project. And I think that's maybe a little bit amplified here too, because you are together, but maybe there are things about you that are a little bit different. You're sisters, but you each have different personalities or different things you like or don't like. And so that's part of the challenge, is figuring out where your intersection can lie. So if your sister's confused, or if you are, you have to remember that, what your commonalities are should outweigh your differences.
I really do like the images on this deck. It's such a nice deck. And, with the Ace of Wands, if I was to consider both sides to that Ace of Wands, I would say, too, that is it. You both bring different things to the table here, and you got to make sure you're able to work together seamlessly. I feel here she has doubts. Maybe it's self-doubts, She might be denying that she's up for this challenge, So, like I said, try to convince her more. I think that's what you got to do.
All right.
Good luck with that.
Good to see you.
Shirley.
And we did not get a question from Shirley, so we're going to wait a short amount of time and call Shirley aloud here and
Paging
say,
Shirley.
we need the question now, or you get down to the bottom of the list. And while I'm doing it, I'll just remind everybody that we are here Sunday, our normal time, despite the Lions game, which is on later. So we'll try to contain our unbridled excitement and all that.
Some of our unbridled excitement.
I know you did, Violet. I appreciate that. We appreciate you so much, Violet. So that's why you get your own screen.
All right, so last call for Shirley. I think she has maybe stopped in to say hi.
It's possible. All right, so who's next?
Who
Divine.
is next? Divine Empresses.
Divine Empress. That's right. Not Divine Universe, Divine Empress.
They're both here. Because we also had Shirley and Sherry, and we have Divine Empress and Divine Universe.
But there will only be one Mr. O.
Apparently at the moment.
Hey, Divine. All right, so you want to know about that job. There it is. Oh, wait, you changed your question.
No, it's that one. Why do I keep thinking about this one guy if we aren't meant to be together? That it's not meant to be. That sounds like a familiar question here, too. But I'm not sure why. Let's see what it says.
Somebody who is more philosophically existential would say that we always want what we can't have.
Ooh. I have heard that.
Mm-hmm. It's some Buddhist crap. Sorry.
But I prefer the Rolling Stones. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, you just might find
you
get what you need. Okay. All right. Interesting. So I got the Ten of Pentacles upright. Got the Knight of Wands reversed. And the Four of Wands upright. Well,
in Lenormand, there are more clouds.
oh my gosh.
It's always going to be cloudy in
What is with
Lenormand
the
land.
it's so cloudy out, it's just not a surprise.
And the house.
It's so gray and cloudy every single day. And we're getting rain tonight, too. All right.
Okay.
This is really an odd reading, but I'm taking it the way you asked the question, Sun Empress Aries and, I'm sorry, Divine Empress Aries. Basically, you know, did you want to start a family with him? You got the marriage card here, literally, of the Four of Wands, and then you've got the Ten of Pentacles. Here's what I think is going on, though. I think that maybe you were hoping for something to happen that could be a little bit more long-term, not just a fly-by-night relationship with this person. Or maybe that's why it keeps coming up in your head, because now if this is one you feel that got away from you for some reason, that, you really think that something long-term could have developed here, and maybe that's why you have them on your mind. Maybe it's also because this person seems a little bit more valuable to you than maybe some of the other people you have been dating of late, possibly.
The strong feeling I get here is that you sensed one way or the other, you realized this person would give you a sense of stability or security that you wanted. You wanted something, thank you, Sun Man. You wanted something that was really going to be, a foundation. You like Banshee said, you didn't want something that would necessarily not work out. You wanted something you thought would really work out.
But the Knight of Wands reversed is almost like your other readers have said. It's almost as if the white flag has been thrown up. It seems like you haven't been able to make a go of this, and maybe that's frustrating to you, You didn't want to have to give up. You were hoping for that happy ending, that celebration, that wish, that security. But, it just seems like it's the future or a future with this person is very uncertain. The security you're desiring from this is very cloudy, very uncertain, and that's the best I can say. It doesn't seem positive, but it doesn't seem completely like the door is shut. Except when I see this in the Nine of Wands reversed, I can't help but wonder if it would be futile, to go back and pursue this.
Well, your basic question is, why do you feel so strongly attracted to him?
True.
And I think the answer was in the first card, because
we gave it.
This was the person that you knew could provide what you wanted, whether it was security or true love or all of that and everything else. You knew that. And so, that's really explains why that person is still there, because you realize that's the one that you may have to measure other ones to. No matter how much you did or didn't get to know them or what you really knew about them, that is sort of now become a standard to you. And so it may be a high standard to you. So you have to think about that too, Divine, and realize that either, you have to find a way to understand standards can be tinkered with, You have to accept sometimes that you can't always get what you want. Exactly what you want.
Exactly what you want. But on the other hand, I'm just going to say this. On the other hand, maybe the whole thing here is not putting your eggs in this one basket. Maybe the whole thing you need to take away from this experience and why you keep thinking about this guy is that because this is the kind of guy you're looking for. And you shouldn't necessarily sell yourself short. It's true we can't always get what we want in life, but why can't we try to find it? And the point is, try to find it if you think you can. You now know what really you are looking for, and maybe that's why you keep thinking about him. And I can't help but think that too when I'm hearing him talk and, looking at these cards. So, good luck with that.
Good luck.
I got him. Thank you.
All right. Good. I hope so. I think ultimately, you just need to hold to your standards and realize that, maybe there's a easier way to realize before you get too involved that they're a loser or they're not.
Well, and the thing is, standards can change over time. You kind of have an idea of what you want in life, but that doesn't mean that 5 years from now you'll hold to the same standards,
True.
So it can change.
That's a good point. All right, so Sherry is up, and Sherry asks, what does Spirit want me to know at this time? All right, Sherry.
All right.
And I'm going to use my new Golden Dawn Tarot. Or Reformed Golden Dawn. I can't remember the name. That one.
Oh, stop going for my pens and stuff. Here. There's the wand. The wand.
You do that. We'll see you when you get back.
You can play with the wand. No,
Okay,
don't
Sherry,
like
your
that.
first card, you start with a good opener, the sun, and it's upright.
Oh, so are we doing my reading? What
We
does Spirit
could.
want me to know
Okay.
at this time, right?
Okay,
Wow.
okay.
Well, that's pretty good.
So Spirit wants you to know that there is a good thing here. The sun brings light, it brings clarity, it brings positivity, it brings people back together if they're not together, or it brings people together that need to be together. It emphasizes good things for children or for marriage couples or any couples. Your turn.
Well, what Spirit wants you to know that if it hasn't happened already, success is around the corner for you. Something is going to bring you some great joy and happiness, whether you're looking for love, whether you're looking for a new job, whatever your emphasis is on. If you're working on a creative project or goal at this time, success is assured. Spirit is saying, congratulations in a way. You've earned this success, that things are going to start looking up going forward. And why is this important?
Because of the reversed Ten of Cups.
Because things haven't been
Because
all
things
that
haven't
happy.
been. Right.
And so why is this important? Because I feel as though, and it's interesting here to have the sun next to the Ten of Cups reversed like that, because it really does kind of minimize the impact of that 10. And so that's why I'm thinking why it's important that this success is happening is because maybe, for example, one of the things is if you were trying to mend a relationship, or if you were trying to bring some happiness and joy back into your life that seems to be lacking now, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's saying that this success is going to help you through, whatever you have been going through.
The Ten of Cups could be a catch-all. It could be talking about worst-case scenarios or not so worst-case scenarios. So it could include dramatic, family ruptures or marriage breakups, or other things that signify something that really feels personally very unhappy. Usually, most of the time, that's going to be about people who no longer care for each other. But it could be other things too. It could be children moving away and never coming back to visit, you know, that kind of thing.
It could also be a disconnect between you and an important goal or a passion of yours, just an inability to complete something that was important to you. But it seems as though that's taken care of.
But where will this lead to? And it's the Princess of Swords, who is also considered the Page of Swords. So this is talking about, you know, bettering yourself too in a way. This is talking about really finding the things about you that are worthy of taking to another level, you know, emulating your own needs or goals, to be diplomatic and graceful when you deal with people, perhaps in trying to mend things or trying to create new conventions in your life that are emotionally sound or support success.
This could involve intellectual pursuits. This, you know, it's interesting too with the sun there. So, I mean, if you're planning on taking classes or you take classes, Sherry, this is a real sure sign that things are turning around, are going to be really good for you in that regard. But beyond that, the Page of Swords can also be about communications. You know, getting a message that, you know, that success is coming. You know, I think that where things are heading is getting a message that, you know, success is on the way. But it could also mean that you will be, like with that 10 of Cups reversed, and Mr. O brought up the social factor. If this does have to do with relationships in your life that had fractured and will now mend, then it indicates better communication. You know, more clear lines of communication is where things are headed, and people tend to know where they stand. But let's take a look at the lettermand here. We have the tree first, and then the letter. And again, you know, you've got the Page of Swords and you've got the letter there. So I absolutely think that some type of news or communication is important here, you know, to this whatever's going on. And it's all good. It seems like things are going to grow in a more positive direction from here. You're going to learn a lot through this experience, whatever this is, whether it's romantic, whether it's, you know, between issues you're working out with family or friends, or whether this is a career or a project pursuit. You know, this success, this track that you're on, this news that you're going to get is going to be opening a door to something that's going to be really growthful for you.
What Spirit wanted you to know was represented by those top tarot cards. The bottom Lenormand cards sort of put a practicality to that, and I think it indicates that follow-ups through some sort of communication will show that you are finding a way to have growth or be successful. So that's what we had for you, Sherry. Good luck.
Oh, Gina's going to want your Golden Dawn deck. Okay.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah.
Aw. It has really nice colors. And for, you know, I have a few friends that recommended this deck. They're more of the ceremonial magician types. So they admire it for that. The Golden Dawn stuff is pretty good.
Carol wants an oracle card top and bottom. And I think I'm going to go with my Witching Hour deck here. And of course, you'll still do the Lenormand for that.
You're welcome, Sherry.
Good luck, Sherry. It sounds nice. Whatever it is, something good's coming.
And just take a moment to remind everybody that my Friday show, the Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges, is all new tomorrow. I draw 3 cards for the elemental signs of the zodiac, asking pretty much the same kind of question here. What's coming towards you, emotionally speaking, the vibration, why it is important, and where it will ultimately lead to. That's Fridays at 7 a.m. or anytime after on our YouTube channel.
And I should talk about my Material Matters show. I'm going to run my little experiment a second week and see how it goes. I am doing 3 cards, a quick read for all the signs of the zodiac now for Material Matters. So there's no set spread. It's 3 cards, and I read them out and talk about how, your financial material world is going to do in the week ahead. Top card for Kara. Ooh, Cast the Circle, Kara. Number 18.
I like it. Raising vibrations.
Yes, raising vibrations, sacred space, taking the extra step, as in, don't skip this step. Interesting. Okay, this card is guiding you to do things the right way. Avoid cutting corners and follow the established order of things. You may be anxious and seeking ways to skip ahead of the hard work or shorten the amount of time you need to succeed. But doing so will hurt you in the end. Essentially, this is a measure twice and cut once card that ensures you have what you need before getting started. You may require additional resources or skills, or should consider continued learning. Taking these extra steps will help ensure you are properly prepared for the goals you're about to take on. If your reading is about relationships, receiving this card is a sign that you should not push the other person at this time. Patience, compassion, and understanding will benefit you greatly in the long term. And so I think that kind of holds for everything here. Patience, is the key. Don't get ahead of yourself. Do things in the proper order in order to succeed at something you want to do. Don't rush through things. Take it one step at a time, because that step that you decide to miss could be the most important thing.
And 18 is 9, so therefore this could be about taking out of your life what no longer works, or seeing a good closure to where you have been being prepared for what is to come.
And the bottom card, the blood trail.
No!
Well, it maybe sounds worse than it is.
Okay, I get it.
Magnificence, lineage, connecting to something greater. And I should have read the tarot companion to this card we just pulled, 43, the blood trail, is the 6 of Wands. I forgot they give the, for the other one, Cast the Circle, the tarot companion for that card is the 7 of Pentacles, which makes a lot of sense. Yeah. You don't want to skip steps. All right.
All right.
All right, so let's take a look at this connecting to something greater. You are connected to something greater than just yourself and have the strength, wisdom, and glory of all your ancestors backing you up. Do not doubt how powerful your existence is. Through the blood trail, you have the DNA of any kind of person you wish to be. It doesn't matter how far removed your ancestors are. They have offered their greatness to you, your familial ties, and will support you in your efforts to achieve all your dreams. If you have felt lost or confused, insecure or vulnerable, reach out to your ancestors and ask them to share their collective power with you. When you are troubled, give your worries to them and ask them to clear your path. And when you are experiencing joy, rejoice with them and thank them for the strengths and talents they have offered to you through the blood flowing through your veins. Pulling this card serves as a hello from your ancestors and an invitation to commune with them more often. If you don't already have one, build an altar in their honor. Notice how you experience more clarity and direction as you spend more time with your ancestors. So I don't know here, maybe one of the steps you need to take in whatever it is, Kara, you are exploring at this time, and this definitely sounds like maybe more a spiritual path, don't you think? that, you should try to connect up with the ancestral lineage there.
You're going to love this part.
Ooh.
Heart.
Heart.
Crossroads.
Well,
Love it.
okay, what does it mean?
Well, I think what this means is that all of this preparation, etc., getting ready, following, the beats from before you, is about bringing you to the crossroads of something strongly emotionally satisfying for you. Maybe it's the relationship you are meant to have at this time, a soulmate that you never knew, something like that.
It's really funny here when I'm seeing the crossroads, though. I'm going off on tangents, Mr. O, going off on tangents. But I almost felt here, meet your ancestors at the crossroads, You need to go into that liminal space, the space between, to commune with the ancestors.
Because they love you.
Because they love you. It's saying, what I was thinking here, meet with those in your ancestral line who love and support you. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm getting a little
I know,
teary.
I got chilled too. That's exactly what I thought when I saw that. I'm like, wow.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Banshee.
Well, good luck, Kara. Well, that sounded pretty powerful, this reading. I like both those cards. I really like the Switching Hour Oracle. It's by Lorianne Anderson, who's the same person who does all of the Season of the Witch oracles I have. This is a real powerful deck. I like it a lot.
You're welcome.
Good luck with that.
Good luck. Good reading. All right, so Lena is up.
Lena is up.
Spirit reading, or general reading for the next 3 months. And I am going to use the Ghost Tarot. You're welcome.
All right.
In about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I want to take my next antibiotic to stay on schedule. Okay, Lena. It's the reversed Queen of Cups. It's the upright Hermit.
Oh, wow.
And it's the upright Three of Swords.
What the heck? All right, hold on. There's going to be a reading.
There will be a reading. And the garden.
I was going to talk about how there's going to be such success for you in networking with others, and then I see all this sad stuff here above. And so I'm trying to put it all together here. The Queen of
Cups.
The Queen of Cups reversed indicates some, and let's look at that. I mean, the Hermit, well, maybe I can make some sense of this here. I'm beginning to see a picture. I am. Because you have the Three of Swords here, and you have the Queen of Cups reversed. These are sad cards. They're sad cards by nature. The Queen of Cups is talking about feeling depressed, feeling down, just not balanced emotionally right now. Maybe, you're having a little bit of the blues, Lena, whether it's about things in your romantic life or in your business life, something not going right is bringing you down. It's causing you immense sorrow. This certainly sounds like a breakup or an inability or maybe a sense of loneliness, deep loneliness that you might be feeling at this time. And so when I see the Hermit here, even though the Hermit is generally a very positive card, I'm thinking that maybe it's not a good idea to be alone right now. when you're alone with your thoughts, instead of using them constructively to think of a positive way to improve your life, you might be dwelling on the negative too much. And so I think right now, better success for the next 3 months will come to you, and happiness and joy, if you actually get out and socialize more. Am I crazy? Am I crazy?
No, you're not. But I have a little divergence here. And
Okay.
hi, Victoria.
Hey, Victoria. Good to see you.
Because when I look at the Three of Swords, sometimes in the traditional deck it talks about a painful separation, but yet when you look at this one, there still is an attempt to have some sense of a relationship, even though one person is beyond the veil. The other one wants to hold an umbrella and protect and shelter her.
Oh, wow.
And so I sort of get the feeling like this is saying that maybe something emotional may really make you feel like you're separated or insecure, but there's still a sense of feeling like you're caring about something that's just beautiful in its own haunting kind of way. And so I think as a general reading, this is just saying you're carrying a big emotional toll over these next few months. And it may be because of losses, or maybe about feeling like you're not able to really express yourself. The hermit sometimes is a person who expresses the truth. And maybe that's a part of this if it's not actually about a relationship. But we could have difficulties expressing ourselves within relationships, both failed or successful. So I just wanted to leave it at that before we move into the Lenormand.
Well, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I sort of did
You
by
did.
saying that there would be better success in socializing and getting out more and going to events and places to pick your spirits up.
So when I put it together, I guess this is saying really that if there is some emotional losses or pain over separations, the best thing you can do is really try to put yourself back out there again. There is a sense, too, that maybe you will understand at another level that it just never was really the kind of relationship you really would have valued as much. Maybe that's what the Hermit is here to say, is that, the value wasn't really there, and it was time, to let it go, even though there still was some feeling.
Interesting readings. So, had a couple differences there, but whichever resonates, Lena, good luck with that. And your Golden Dawn deck for Gina.
Victoria.
Gina's wondering if a certain someone has been sending musical and numerological messages to her. His name rhymes with red. Who could that be? I think I know. Hi, Gina. All right. So I'll do the Lenormand again.
And for those who didn't know, that's the back of the Golden Dawn Tarot.
We start at 7 p.m. on Thursdays, Victoria. Our time, of course. 6 p.m. your time. Thanks, Violet.
It says 7 p.m., not 6 p.m. on the schedule.
It's 6 p.m. Texas time. Just like I'm still trying to figure out the game. I guess it's 6:30 our time here for Sunday. Although I kept thinking it's at San Francisco time. But it seems like that's what I'm seeing everywhere, 6:30. I'll be there. I'll be there in spirit. And in front of the TV. Eating my buddy's pizza.
Do you want to give us a shuffle too for Gina?
Oh, sure. You're letting me shuffle your cards? I'm so excited. Win or lose, this has just been amazing. But they are going to win. They're going to win. They said, hey, they plan on winning. So I'm all in. I'm all in with that thought. This has been an amazing season, and I'm telling you, people are crazy here. A local station wants everybody to put blue lights outside so the whole cities and state can be blue. And I don't have one, and I don't know what the condo complex would say, but I have a multicolored light in my bathroom, a night light, and I can choose which color I want or let it go to all the colors. So I'm keeping it blue.
Where's
I'm
pizza?
keeping it blue.
Where's pizza? And why aren't you sharing it with me? Gina
Oh,
said you
I
should.
showed it to her. We were talking about Detroit style pizza, and I told them about Buddy's. It's so awesome. I'm going to take a picture of it. I couldn't believe when I saw it in the store. It's a frozen pizza, but it's from Buddy's. And when I saw it in the store, I couldn't believe how it looked. It looked perfectly authentic, the way it was laid out, everything there. It looks like it's going to bake up so nicely. I'm going to take a before and after picture. Sunday.
Okay, so I'm just going to do the regular draw. Here we go. Card 1. The Chariot.
Whoa. Okay. Hey, didn't that come up before?
Not from this deck, but it
Okay.
did come up. It was in your...
Oh, it was in my deck.
Illumia.
Illuma. Yep.
Card 2. Oh, the King of Cups. And we're thinking about red.
Oh my gosh.
Card 3. The Hermit. Oh.
Well, that's interesting, actually.
They're so pretty, though. They are pretty cards.
I just want to look at the question again. Sending yes. Okay, I'm sending musical and neurological messages to you. Well, I think that's possible. I think they think of you. I think they think of you a lot.
They're forward thinking of you.
Well, but I also think that maybe
Ambitious.
they have been moving some of that energy your way, one way or another. If they've been sending you this, I don't know if you're getting this telepathically or if you're getting this, if you're actually getting physical messages, but it seems as though something is moving here. They're thinking about you, but I don't know what the Hermit is here about. Maybe they're giving something a lot of deep thought.
Well, the Hermit also shows truths. So this could be saying that some truth or something will be shown to you.
That's right.
And of course, in the context of your question.
Of course, in the context of the question, it makes a lot of sense that, you are getting these kinds of messages from him. But unfortunately, I don't know if it's because Victoria came, but we ended up with her favorite card.
I hate Mises to pieces.
And then the cross.
Oh, nail it up.
Well, yeah, right. Spin it, right? Except I wonder what this is about here. They may be, I wonder here if the Hermit isn't saying that, they do feel a little, they're not isolated, obviously. I know their situation. But I do feel like they feel alone sometimes. They feel their disconnection from you. And they feel like the connection they have with you is maybe more on, an esoteric, a different level of communication.
I agree.
Now, when you look at the cross and you look at the mice, this is indicating grief, long-term grief and troubles. And I feel here that this might be, because of the way the question was asked, this might be about that person, Red, and saying that, they've really struggled a long time, with something that maybe they could have, how should I say this? They could have made their life better much sooner. And they've been struggling with a lot of trouble and grief or feelings of pain for a long time that they didn't have to. Because one thing about the mice, Gina, and this is why I was kind of grappling with these cards, one thing about the mice is that it's usually stress or troubles that are very short term. But it's with the cross. And the cross talks about long-term grief and sorrows. And so when I put those two together, my first thought was they could have really eliminated this a long time ago, and made a better situation for themselves.
Well, I'm not looking in the past so much with that idea there, and I appreciate hearing that about the favorite number thing. That's pretty wild. But the association I get with the mice and the chariot, and sometimes they say mice scare elephants or maybe large animals, and I'm thinking maybe the chariot representing that sense of a drive of movement towards you, whether it's physical movement or if it's this mental thing we're talking about, but there's something that doesn't feel right, and maybe it's either their own feelings about whether they feel they should be doing that or whether they feel that it just doesn't really resolve anything. It just puts more little minor annoyances into it. That's what I get from that.
Well,
but I agree with what you said about those.
It's interesting too, you have 2 9s in this reading when you think about it. You have 36, which is of course 9, and you have the number 9.
And he's right over there. Yep.
Yeah. And, 9s are about endings, and like I said, they could end a lot of the grief or feeling, maybe repressed feelings, something, whatever is bottled up or stressing them out could have been alleviated much sooner than they're allowing it to. So maybe in a sense they are reaching out, this red is reaching out in a way. I could definitely see that.
And I think it's true because the King of Cups just represents a real pure emotion of love and care.
It's true. It's the King of the Night, you mean, right? Knight of Cups?
No, it's the King.
It is the King.
He's on a horse. Go figure.
Well, I thought, I didn't touch on him as much, but I think it's pretty clear that it's him. Yeah. He's not, if I recall right, What?
Sagittarius.
Yeah, oh.
I remember that from before.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't a water sign. I mean, I knew that. But I feel like there's a lot of emotion, in this person. Good luck with that. All right.
All right.
Wow.
Well, thanks for coming again.
Yeah, good to see you, Gina.
Thanks for supporting the
Lions.
Yeah!
Lions.
Yeah!
I just think there's so many, I've been doing some study of the whole thing now. I'm crazy that way. And I've really realized what they put together here is pretty amazing in this last year. From the owner to the general manager to the coach to the assistant coaches to the players. It's just a total package. And, oh my gosh, it's just something we've never had. I don't even think in 1957 it was all that. So it's pretty amazing.
A lot of times people who are right there on the solstice, and you say he's more cusp, Sagittarius, Capricorn, they almost, 9 times out of 10, they always identify with the Sagittarius part. They don't want to identify with the Capricorn part. I don't know why.
Huh. All right.
That's
well,
almost
that's
everyone
your
I know
deck.
born on that day.
I can give you these now. And who are we on? Break, I think, right?
That's right.
All right. So what deck was I going to use? I forget now.
Thank you. I think about her so much. I'm within about a month of her anniversary of her death. It was February 7th. So, and this will be year 2. So, thank you, Gina.
Did I use this deck yet? I did.
Yeah, it's my deck though, right? No, it was my deck.
No, it's my deck. My deck.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting better, and guess what? It's time for me to go and run and grab my next dose antibiotics, so I'll let you start.
Oh, so I can talk.
You can talk.
So I'm going to be a bit busy in the next week or 2, working on projects, working on my presentation at Convocation, which is coming sooner than later, and I've really got to kind of get to more of the finer points of it now. And so I'll be in and out of social media a lot, but I'm hoping, and also we probably will have some show disruptions in February. For example, I don't know, I think the Super Bowl day will be fine because of course that'll be at night, unless the Lions are in it and I'm too crazy wound up. But we definitely will have to have a Sunday off when we're at convocation. And a Thursday off, too. We may literally have 2 shows where we'll have to cancel.
Because we're going to be at a big party.
Big pagan event. Huge, huge.
Well, it's a magical event, so it's sort of inclusive of many things.
Yeah. There's a whole lot of... there's a number of mediumship things and some psychic things that I'm going to this time around. More than maybe some of the pagan stuff, but...
If you're interested at all, convocation.org, just look at the program guide or the teachers. They do lean heavily towards more, paganistic stuff, but they have other things too, and a lot of stuff with crystals, and they have fabulous vendor rooms with crystals and things. And now that PantheaCon, which was in California, has bit the dust, sadly, Convocation is the largest indoor convention of its type in the U.S. Draws usually over 1,000 people. PantheaCon drew over 3,000 people.
How do you want to do this? Do you want a yes, no, or...
There's probably conventions down there. The question?
Yes. Oh, did you see it? Hold on.
So
it's about the 3D self-aware.
They're reality aware.
Yeah. It sounds like a yes, no to me.
Let's try that and then see if we need to enhance it.
Okay. Let's see.
Just go for the straight answer.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we can get a straight answer or not. We may not still. Sometimes it's maybe yes.
I'm actually not very aware of very large conventions elsewhere. I think most of the other ones are probably several hundred to 800. They're not as large as Convocation, but they've been around since 95 or 6.
Yeah. Well, what about Starwood? Is Starwood still going on?
Yeah, but that's not an indoor convention.
Oh, it's one of the outdoor. Okay.
Starwood probably blows them all out of the water because it's in the summertime event. And it's huge.
Well, and then there's
Circle.
Yes. Can't think of the name of that.
The summer one.
Yes.
3 of Wands.
Upright. Oh, wait. Give that back. We're supposed to count them. I'm having a problem right now. I got to get up on that. I'll be right back. Sorry. Do you want to count my cards?
Yes, I do.
All right. So that was 1, 2... and count them. I'm sorry, I had a problem.
We're sorry, Cool.
Be right back. Back in a minute.
Hi, Gina. You're welcome.
You can go ahead.
I will. I might have miscounted myself, so I want to recheck.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
You didn't? So what is the answer?
Okay, so it's leaning towards no.
Sorry about that.
We have 1 ace.
All right.
It's leaning towards no. The other factors are swords cards, one reversed and one not. There's the 2 of swords, which is upright, and then the 4 of swords, which is reversed, which is kind of interesting because, of course, that's generally speaking a more positive kind of message. Did you want to start on those, or should I throw these out?
I will. Say the first. The first one's which ace?
It's the Ace of Cups.
Ace of Cups, and then we have the 2 of Swords
and the 4, reversed on the 4.
Well, it's really interesting to me. It's leaning towards no for a reason, I think. What do you got there with the Lenormand?
The Curse of Victoria strikes again. Mice!
We didn't have the mice until you came, Victoria.
What is it? And the Stork.
So, I'm just teasing you, Victoria, but it's true. The Two of Swords. You know, I think that they're still not aware of you. They're not aware of you, but I have a feeling that there will be a time where they will be, because there's energy and movement, coming. But it seems to me with the Two of Swords upright, and that's the person that's sitting there and the blindfold is on. It just seems as though they're not aware yet. But I have a feeling they will awaken someday, right?
This is about an awakening, but the Two of Swords sort of says that they're in consideration about what you are. They are trying possibly to fathom what you are, if your reality, what is the reality about you. But it's just sort of like a contemplative moment mostly. They are looking forward to awakening from this, and maybe that awakening implies, some sort of movement towards you in reality.
There's still obstacles. That's the stork and the mice. And I feel here that, at least for the short term, nothing is going to change. It's almost as if there's some movement or new beginning that's waiting to happen or develop, but there's still some roadblocks in the way. They may only be temporary. It's really hard to say with a question like this, but I kind of, but the mice are usually about temporary things. But I do feel there's something that's still blocking this from happening.
Well, when I look at that Four of Swords reversed with the stork, and I'm thinking that maybe this awakening involves them deciding they want to begin this process fresh of figuring this thing out or exploring it more in some way. But they may find that, or you may find that there are just these minor annoying things that seem to be blocking or inhibiting the expression moving forward. So it does seem like it's coming, but it's just not coming in any kind of really predictable manner. It just has a sense of kind of randomness going on here.
Yeah. It's interesting, though. And so there is hope here, Kulpreet, but I don't think they're aware as of yet. So hang in there. Good luck with that. And I apologize for stepping out. Just to explain, I talked about how great I've been doing with chair yoga, and no pain. Well, I suddenly got a Charlie horse in my leg.
I knew that's what it was.
Did you? Could you tell?
Yes, it was. When you have to get up that fast to move, I get those at night when I'm asleep. Usually I get them like a day or so after I work out. If I work my leg muscles a lot, all of a sudden I have to get out of bed and stand immediately.
But it's your foot and your lower leg.
It feels like it's my leg, yeah.
This was my upper leg and behind. And I was like, oh my gosh. And it's still not totally there. I'm kind of stretching it now, leaning it on another chair under the table. So I'm fine. But I couldn't think. I had to get up and do something.
Hi, Alicia.
Hey, Alicia. I guess we can fit you in. We don't have a lot of people left. We're on Melody now, though, I think.
You're welcome, Kulpreet. It did seem kind of vaguish in a way, It just sort of... I want to do this again sometime if you get any more information.
Oh, yeah.
Whoops.
I don't know that it was so...
Sorry, I wanted to make sure I had them all.
Oh. I don't know that it was so vague. It's just that it's not happening yet.
Right, it just doesn't seem to have a positivity about it. All right, so Melody is next, but didn't leave a question. Melody, if you show up soon, we'll take you. Otherwise, we may close the list, or you may have to go to the bottom of it. I will just mention we will be back on Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m., our regular time. And if you didn't see it, the sun recently moved into Aquarius. We did a monthly modality message for that. It's good for the whole month, so check that out. And thanks, Copreek. Would like to know, absolutely.
Good luck. And
I think Violet has some sense of that. So I think we should move on from Melody to Divine Universe.
Divine you.
Hey, Divine.
Hey, Divine, you still with us? Is it my deck? No, it's your deck.
It's my deck.
Yeah, that's right. I was going to use the Book of Doors. I have not used that one yet. I just realized that. All right. Okay, I think it's finally gone.
Okay, Divine Universe question is for Kush, her son. He has an interview lined up, not a job of his choice. The market is such. Yep, don't we know that? We get a call and output of the interview. You are indeed cool, freak. And you know, that's the thing about relationships. You know, I used to wonder, like, how can people watch soap operas? It takes weeks before somebody asks somebody for a date. It takes years before somebody has a baby.
And so when you're talking about somebody, this is the one on the astral plane, right? So when you're talking about a situation like that, it could take even longer.
For Divine's question, I'm using my Haunted House Tarot.
All right. Will he get a call? Let's see what it looks like. Hi, Divine.
We're doing your reading.
Yep.
Card one. It's the reversed King of Cups. And then I have the reversed Seven of Pentacles. And another reversed king. It's the reversed King of Swords? I think that's the King of Swords.
There's a sword there, it looks like, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, well, let's throw these out.
No, it's the wands. I'm sorry.
What?
It is the
Oh,
wands.
okay.
Because I fact checked. Birds. Okay. So there's a bit of back and forth with some of this.
I'm not sure what to say. I mean, maybe we have to do a yes/no.
We
but
may, yeah.
Before we do, let's take a look at some of these factors here. You know, the King of Cups reversed, and we have the King of Wands reversed. I think that, you know, Kush hopefully has done his due diligence here and has shown his best qualities, you know. It's like maybe with the King of Wands reversed here, they maybe didn't get a full picture of everything that he could offer. You know, I'm a little concerned about that. And so I feel here that their feelings may not be very positive about him at this time. But I wonder too if this isn't talking a little bit about Kush because of what you said. Because I can definitely see here when you said it maybe isn't the job, you know, that of his choice. And maybe that's why this King of, you know, Cups is here, is he didn't put his heart into it because it's really not his job of choice. And so maybe he didn't shine as much as he could have. I feel here that maybe if he puts in a little extra effort too, like for example, did we Did we send like a thank you letter for the interview? Or I mean, for consideration, or did we do a follow up even to just remind them that he's still interested in the position?
Some of these seem to address more, like what Banshee said, more about how Kush is feeling about this, or some other aspects of the situation. I think we will do a definitive yes or no to give you a better answer, but I mostly agree with Banshee. I sort of feel like there's, just a sense that maybe confidence isn't being felt one way or the other. Like maybe the prospective employers don't feel confident, and maybe Kush himself doesn't feel confident either about it. The King of Cups could represent the idea that they don't feel that there's an emotional fit, that they would fit in with a team or with the group identity, the company identity. But the Seven of Pentacles sort of is a positive sign in the sense that it could be saying that there's time to maybe work on what has happened, what seeds have been laid, or what culturing has gone on. So the idea may not be totally over. It's just sort of showing those ideas that are not instilling great confidence or feeling here.
Well, let's look at this a little more, because, that is true, that more work could be done, because I feel here too, and I see the bouquet and the birds, how I was saying maybe he didn't effectively communicate, whether it's even in a resume, is everything the way it should be, so that the employer gets a really good picture of, this person. He did have the interview, though, so he's really in the interview stage. I wanted to clarify that. So my thinking is that he may not have left a memorable enough impression. So there could be great joy or something positive to be gained by more communication.
Right,
which is what I kind of suggested from the other cards here. Yeah.
So if it's not been very long, he should possibly follow up with a little letter of thanks of some sort, saying, I appreciated going through the process.
Yeah, if he did not do that, it's sometimes nice to do that and then emphasize and just say, I really would look forward to working here. I feel like I could bring these skills to your company. Just reinforce the interview, and it might not hurt at this point.
So I'm going to do a real quick definitive yes or no, or as much as we can do.
On what? Exactly.
Whether he will get the call.
Okay, whether he'll get a call. Let's see.
Will Kush get the call?
That sounds good. I also think when I saw the birds and the bouquet that there may also be divine benefit if Kush would continue to keep putting, looking for jobs while waiting on this one. Put applications out there. It doesn't hurt. So just tell Kush to keep the flow going, because that might also be where success could come in communication. I got it.
So there's a slight chance, yes, it's leaning mostly towards no. It's maybe possible he'll get a call, but it doesn't look...
These are good cards.
Okay, let's see what we got.
Well, isn't that the devil reversed? Am I wrong? Is that the devil?
It is. No, it's Temperance reversed.
It's Temperance reversed?
We're seeing...
Oops. Sorry. But then there's the Nine of Pentacles upright, which isn't a bad card.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the Ace of Swords, the only ace we had.
Although it's leaning maybe towards no, there is a possibility it's yes. The Nine of Pentacles suggests somebody who does feel comfortable in their surroundings. So, and of course it's Pentacles, so that tends to throw its side more towards material matter of some sort. But Temperance is reversed So this could just be saying, really, it may be a waiting game of some sort, that there may be patience required for this callback. Or it could be just saying, it may be leaning towards the idea that no amount of patience could help the call come through. I don't know. I'm not sure.
What I would suggest with this reading is that with the Ace of reversed here, the Ace of Swords, and it's leaning towards no, is that I have a feeling that Kush is going to be stressed out over this. Clearly, you said that they are already, and that's probably why we do have, I thought that was the devil. I feel bad about that, because in a way I wish it was the devil. Is devil number 16?
No, the devil's 15.
I thought that was the tower. It was tower 16. Okay. I keep getting my numbers mixed up. You're right,
I
the
don't
devil
know what to
was
say.
15.
I'm sort of disturbed by hearing that.
Well, when I saw her too, she looked like a temptress to me.
13 is death, 14 is temperance.
You're right. You're right. Sorry, long day. But what I would suggest here is that if they don't get the call back, they should not be too bent out of shape over this. Because I feel here with the 9 of Pentacles upright, that something better might be in store. So, like I said with the previous reading even, wait for this job, see if it comes through, but don't give up on putting applications out there. There may be something better down the pike here too, and just because you say yes to a job, what if you get an interview for a job that could be gravy? You should go for that too. So I just feel like Kush shouldn't just totally wait on this job. Definitely just keep doing things. Keep that energy and flow going of trying to receive, the job that they're really looking for.
Good luck to
So
you
good luck
and your
with
son.
that. All right. IT background. Yes. You'd think there would be jobs out there galore.
Libra wants to know, what does their angel have for them?
Okay, so that will probably be my reading. And I'll use the Book of Doors or the Tarot of Doors.
Happy hour will be on at its normal time of 10 a.m.
Yay!
Eastern Standard Time. Yay! And, come in and get a little refreshing, positive message, whether you believe in a divine message or whether you just believe in something uplifting for you that comes from the tarot. We are here to pull a single card for everybody who shows up in the chat room, and we will deliver sincere, honest reading based on positivity and mutual admiration for all.
Okay. What is the message from the angels? I like that. It's the 9 of Swords reversed.
Well, maybe it's saying, you don't have to be in the cage with other people's feelings or situations, that you don't have to let other things keep you in that cage. You can kind of open the door and free yourself. You have your own little bird song to sing, if I can take the analogy a little bit more.
The angels want you to release yourself from a sense of fear and anxieties and stress. They want you to open that door and seek solutions now to, what is wrong. They also want to let you know that maybe certain situations that you have been involved in or worried about or stressing about are not as bad as they seemed. So they want to leave you with that. And why is that important? 7 of Pentacles upright.
Is it upright?
Reversed. Sorry.
It's okay. So we had that in Divine's reading.
We did. And so, but why is that important in this case? Because maybe they don't want to see you abandon something. I almost think in this case, there's many ways to take this card, and Mr. O might take it in another direction, Libra. But I really feel here they don't want to see you walk away from something. They want to see you put in a little bit more extra effort. And in solving a dilemma or a crisis or something that has been stressing you out. And recognizing that it's not as bad as it seems and that you could fix this.
Well, a lot of times I feel like this is saying it's important for you to realize you have things in place already, whether you realize it or not, things that you maybe had started off on, and maybe it's just time for you to remember to put a little bit of time, spirit, love into those other things that maybe will pay off for you more than some things haven't been.
And so where are things heading? Or where will this lead? Well, it's the Seven of Wands reversed. I got that one right. So you got 2 sevens in this reading.
Interesting.
Which is sort of interesting. So where is this leading? Is that maybe... I'm almost wondering, Libra, if this is a situation where... where you have to kind of, I don't want to say accept defeat, but maybe come off your, for want of a better word, I just was trying to think of a better way to say this, but to come off your high horse about something here, that maybe something, whatever's been troubling you, you have to clear your conscience about something. And really the consequences, I really feel here, Spirit is saying, or the angels are saying, it's not as bad as you think it is. It probably would be better if you accepted the fact that, you weren't right in the situation. You needed to, you need to put more work or effort into something, or you need to go back to the drawing board.
Well,
this is tough.
It is a tough one because it does feel like maybe there's a sense of realizing you're not going to get anywhere with this situation and that maybe you won't continue to fight for it.
Well, I also wonder if it's saying that if you don't, if you abandon it, if you abandon it and you don't go back and put the work into it, you will lose out on something. I mean, I'm going back to what I had spoken about in my readings. So.
Well, it's been a while since we had something like this, but here's the Child and the Ring. So I guess it's saying commit yourself to moving slowly through this, or to moving with more measured precision steps, trying to understand the various steps or the factors that were involved in this. And that maybe, you don't want to commit to making a quick move. You want to sort of give yourself time to repair or redirect.
This was such a tough read for some reason.
It really was, Libra.
It really was. And I'm going to go back a little bit to recap mine because I see a story here now. And I feel here that, again, your fears, your anxieties are about something, over something maybe that you did or didn't do or wish you had done. And the angels are saying you can rectify this, you can resolve this, you can work it out. And it looks as though, don't abandon it. Because if you abandon it, I feel here that, it will bring you down in some way. It won't be good for you. If you commit to it, if you commit to taking small measured steps to right the situation, you will grow from this. You will learn something and grow from this. Because a child is about growth after all. So, too, because that's what children do. They grow up.
My recap is nearly the same. Spirit says that maybe you've been trying to get away from a situation that just has too many factors of stress and strife for you. But it's not going to be that easy because there's something invested in it that you will still find you need to try to encourage movement or growth or situation to arise out of. And so it may put you in the position really of feeling that you're doing something you didn't really want to do, but in a way you're doing what you need to do. So you just need to do it maybe in more measured steps, commit to it, and maybe you'll also acclimate to what this process is really about, which is probably going to be growthful for you at some point. Sure hope so.
Yeah, wish you luck with that. Good luck with that. Libra? Sheesh. It was interesting. I had to wrap my head around this one, too.
I admit it. Maybe it's been a long day.
Well, it's been another gray, rainy day. Oh my goodness, it's supposed to really rain cats and dogs tonight. Well, so Toby, maybe we'll draw a card for Toby. Why not? I have some of my cat tarot cards. I may do that for Toby.
Tell you what,
but Mr. O is going to do the reading with his deck for you.
Yes, and I will, because you're so paranormal, I'm going to use the Ghost Tarot again. The Ghost Tarot. How will this weekend go for me? Successful networking or making a lot of money? Why not both?
Why not both? Maybe a little love and romance too. Who knows?
Yeah, but he might be 300 years dead. Just saying.
You silly. I'm talking about the people at the convention.
Isn't it a paranormal convention?
Yeah.
Well, there might be some ghosts hanging around.
Bring it. She says.
Oh.
Are there mice in that card?
No.
Okay.
It's the 8 of coins.
Wow, you're going to be busy.
And then it's the star.
Wow.
These are both upright.
Uh-oh.
Remove the mice.
No mice.
Is that like Surrender Dorothy? Dorothy?
No mice, but it is another creature.
Okay, 2 out of 3. Lovers reversed.
Well, maybe that makes some sense.
The snake. And the moon.
I think you're going to be busy. I think business is going to be good. I think you're going to be at the top of your game, working hard. And you're going to feel really positive overall through the experience of this weekend. But is there something that might go on with some shady character there in the love department? When I look at the moon and I look at the snake together, be wary of, lovers wearing sheep's clothing when they're really a snake.
Well, you asked about networking, and that 8 of Pentacles or coins, to me, looks like networking. There's definitely the idea of, some learning going on. So other cards might be more appropriate, but I think in the context of your question, that one's a real strong idea saying yes to the networking, success in maybe other areas too, the star, something just really feels like you feel like maybe it's the beginning of moving forward. Like maybe you're going to make a really good connection networking-wise.
But the Lovers is here reversed, and I can't help but look at that with that moon and think that maybe, because, the moon can be about successful employment, I'll say that, but, being right by the Lovers card there gets me the feeling that it's also talking about the romantic aspects of the love, of the moon card. And so I feel here, just be careful of, the people, that want to sweet talk you, that maybe are all talk and no substance, or maybe they're talking a good story, but they're not really the right person for you.
Those cards sound like this is about the question of the friend that may be stalking Victoria that she's talking about.
Oh.
Especially the idea of the lovers reversed isn't always about romantic kind of questions or equations. So one feels like maybe this is talking about just a warning of some sort, saying not to necessarily go along with their plans, you know.
Okay. There could be, well, if you are concerned about this person, I would say, yeah, this could definitely cause some problems towards your having a successful week. They may try to somehow betray you there in some way. Do something sneaky, something snaky. I guess I should say something snaky, not sneaky.
She's not liking the fact that you're making good impressions with people and you seem to be getting some upward mobility in certain ways.
Yeah, it's possible here. Be careful with this person too. Stand up for yourself, but be careful because I think that they're not very wise in the choices that they make either. So I'd watch that. But otherwise, I'm looking at it business-wise for you. It's looking good. You could make some money. I can't, certainly can't rule that out, especially since you have the star here too.
And the moon.
And the star can be about networking. So, yeah, I do think networking is going to be pretty darn good over there as well. I think all in all, not bad, but there's somebody you got to keep an eye on. So if it's that person and you already know what we're talking about, then be aware, because it's now come up in the cards. Yeah. Good luck with that.
Right.
Hey, let's throw a card for Toby.
Okay, real quick, because we still have Alicia.
I know we've got Alicia and Violet. We got 10 minutes left, Mr. O.
You're right, Mrs. O. Mrs. Oh my gosh. Toby is here.
Well, I've got a cat card for Toby. I'm even going to let Mr. O shuffle and cut for me. Here you go, Mr. O.
Toby spelled backwards is E-bot.
Hey, I'm going to pull a Lenormand too because you know what? He might get the mice, and he might like that.
This will be the one time he doesn't get the mice. All right, bring it.
One card. And here we go. Oh, it's reversed.
What is it?
It's the three of, what's the pyramid? The pyramid is,
Pointy.
it's pointy. I think it's swords. It's the three of swords.
Reversed.
But it's reversed.
Toby's own paramour is coming back.
Toby will be able, Toby is going to miss you, okay? There's no doubt about that, but you're not taking Toby, right? Are you taking Toby? So Toby could miss you. However, the three of swords is reversed, so you must have somebody watching Toby, right, while you're gone. And so I think here that he will be fine. He will heal. He will feel good once more.
He will love you more when you come back. You could write him a Dear Toby letter.
You do have a Toby sitter, okay.
Dear Toby letter.
Is it a guy or is it a woman? But either way, we got the gentleman. So I think here, this person will deliver love. This person might be able to also, you might be able to connect with them and also get updates on Toby. So that should be okay. I think that all in all, it's going to go pretty well. Toby will be fine. Especially since the Three of Swords was reversed. I'd be worried if it was upright. Cats do sense our disappearance and, feel bad. And so that's to be expected a little bit, but it looks like he's going to get over it just fine.
Because you're going to bring back a big picnic basket for him.
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh, she sends photos, so that's the letters. See? They're going to keep you posted on Toby's
Nice.
well-being. I
Nice.
think it's really right there.
Very nice.
Wow, nice, fun. All right, we're at Alicia now.
Alicia. Where's that question? That was here a moment ago. What's coming up for me in the short term? Love, money, or good times?
Hey, you are welcome, Victoria. Good luck. Have fun. Have fun. And make some money.
Yeah, that would be
And make
great.
some connections.
I'm using the Egyptian Art Nouveau again.
Hey, Alicia, good to see you.
Good to see you. Happy New Year and all that.
What's coming up for me in the short term? Any love, money, or good times? I hope all of the above.
Thank you.
Why
Yes,
not all
a
of
lot
the
better.
above?
Boy, I was so sick earlier in the week, and then I was sick last week with the first part of the cold. Boy, don't need that.
Oh, you're using your tarot again. Okay. Well, you're right. I used one card for Toby.
Oh, that's what threw me off.
That's right. It's okay. You can go ahead. Did you drop a card?
I don't think I did.
Okay.
But for a moment, I thought I might have.
I know.
looked
I thought so
around.
too, but I don't see it. Okay. I had a fumble. I hope the Lions don't fumble this week.
You go snugly with Toby.
Go Lions!
Go Lions. All right, Alicia. So what's coming up in the short term?
Take care,
Love,
Victoria.
money, or good times? Okay, so there's the reverse Seven of Swords. And another seven, the upright Seven of Coins.
Oh. Huh.
And then the reversed Lovers.
Oh, God.
There you go. The Stork. And the Gentleman. Okay, we'll just spell it out.
I'll spell it out. So, I think, frankly, the Seven of Swords. Oh, I think I'm going to hold that one. I want to go to the Seven of Pentacles. I think the Seven of Pentacles is indicating here this is a time where you're going to be really thinking about your direction as far as love and money. Not love and money. Shoot, what was the question again?
Keep going.
What's coming up in the short term? Love, money, or good times? Okay. So, I think as far as money goes, this is a time to assess your progress. This is really not a time where you're going to necessarily reap results yet, but I think you're very close to something, Alicia. It's just a matter of time. You may have to put more effort or more attention on something, but something good could come out of this. It just depends. There is a little bit of uncertainty here, I will say that, with this card. So I wanted to tackle that one right away.
Things mostly seem like they're kind of not exactly in a pause, but they're in a moment before you need to either take action or not necessarily just wait and let things unfold as they're meant
Right.
to. So it's sort of like a little dubious, but
It's kind of a wait and see card.
But it's mostly like you've got things kind of fixed. You may be waiting for something to kind of give you more of an impetus.
And this could be in your financials or your career pursuits. I'm looking at the other cards, and for some reason I think they all fit together in the love department. And, oh God, what is this again?
Seven of Swords reversed.
Yes. I think the Seven of Swords reversed indicates to me that there could be somebody that you meet, there could be somebody coming into your life, there could be a potential new beginning or fresh start, or maybe because the gentleman and the stork are here, this could be a new beginning of some sort or a date, where you're just getting to know each other. And I'm emphasizing that because of the Seven of Swords here. I almost feel like something is going to be revealed to you about this person that is going to make you feel like this might not be the right choice for you. The Lover's reverse.
This person seems to have a dubious nature. We were talking about dubiousness here. So I don't almost wonder if like maybe they're connected, but not really.
Yeah, I think they're separate, but
But there's something dubious about them that they feel like maybe they could be hiding something, but something about them sort of seems like, no, maybe you're just being overly suspicious. Trust your instincts. This could be a person who maybe doesn't want things to be known about them. It may not be super dangerous, like they're not trying to kidnap you or something like that, but maybe they have their own reasons for not being forthcoming, but they may not be the kind of things you want to pursue.
I think one other positive here, if I'm looking at this card with the Seven of Pentacles, I would say that maybe some knowledge or information that's revealed to you will help you either encourage more financial growth or maybe put you on the right path towards, if you're job hunting for a job, you might get a tip that will lead you in the right direction. But more work will need to be done. And right now is a time to assess your options and assess the information that might be coming into you, whether it's about your finances or whether it's about, career pursuits. I really think that, there's two separate things being talked about here. Something to do with your financials or your career, and something to do with your interpersonal life, your relationships.
But the idea of the Lover's reverse could be for either or both of those, because
it is true.
Because its nature is mostly about warning you or suggesting to be careful about certain choices, and that some things may look better but aren't, and some things may look harder but aren't necessarily either, or that journey is more important for you to undertake.
Well, we're giving you a lot of options here. I would suggest also, if that is about business or other areas of your life, it could indicate that you got to be careful of the choice you make. If you want a fresh start somewhere, something that's going to be good, you will have to investigate it well. You'll have to make sure you understand what you're getting into, because there is the potential here for not making a good informed choice. And that's what you need to do if you want to have a new beginning in business or financials.
Yeah,
I really am emphasizing more the social on this one, though. And I think this is about, we could put these two together for
the material.
The material, yeah.
All right.
But nothing is really totally happy joy here, because it seems as though some things are on a holding pattern, and even though this might look like a new beginning for you, you really might end up deciding, fun for one day. So in that case, it could be happy. Good luck with that. I wish I had happier news.
Alicia, thank you for your donation this evening. Really appreciate
Oh,
that.
thank you so much. I definitely wish I had happier news. But keep your eye open on, on this thing with your financials, I think. Something good might still come out of that. So good luck with that. All right, let's see what's going on with Violet here. Huh. Alright, well, let's see what we can find with that. So how do we want to do that one? Let me think. A soul retrieval. Should we just do a yes/no? I think we should do 3 cards and just see what they say.
We can always
We
do
might
the yes
want to
or no
do a
after
yes/
that.
no if it doesn't make sense. Alright, so it's my deck. I am going to use... What do I got here? What do I got? Oh! Now, how did I put those together? One of them should have had a band on it. I'm going to use the dragon. I brought out my dragon tarot. All right. No, it's okay. I had to think about it a little bit, that's all. You know, that information was fine. All right.
If I narrate or dictate it, would you write my book?
Get AI to write it for you.
Uh-oh.
All right. Did I give you the Lenormand? I did not. Could have asked. You could have asked. Ah. Whoops. Okay, why does that card? We'll talk about that one. Okay, I got...
I don't care for AI. I mean, I understand people like it. It's good for them. What is this?
Strength reversed. Why am I getting all reversals? The Three of Pentacles reversed. And then the Ten of Cups upright. Wow.
Oh.
I think that is interesting. And what's really interesting here is we got the Three of Pentacles reversed. This card just kept coming out at me as I was trying to put the cards back together. So I'm going to keep it out.
The Anchor and the Stars.
It was the Three of Wands reversed. So there's a lot of reversals here, but maybe they are here for the reason they need to be. Is that, first off, Strength reversed isn't necessarily a bad card. What it's saying is that maybe you definitely are on the right track here in that you need to pursue this more aggressively. Maybe you do need to go for this method, and it might, it wouldn't hurt at this point. But make sure you're comfortable with who you're working with, on this journey, this soul retrieval, that you're working with the right person, those Three of Pentacles. That could also be here for another reason. In your write-up, for example, you were talking about how you feel things are fragmented, right? And so maybe this Three of Pentacles reversed is about that, in that you need to be more aggressive in trying to, reintegrate, or tie things back together, retrieve, do the soul retrieval. And look at that. You got the Ten of Cups at the end of this. I also feel here, let's throw this Three of Wands out there, because
this is the one I wanted to keep coming out.
I just couldn't get it to go back in the deck. And so I thought you want to come out for some reason. So I feel here that this isn't going to be an easy journey for you, this soul retrieval. I just get that feeling when I see that. It's something that I feel might be necessary and will end up making things better, more whole, but I kind of feel like it won't be easy. What did you get with the Lenormand?
The Anchor and the Stars. You have to hold yourself to the hope, the stars, the idea that something of destiny can happen with
something
this.
Good can come of this.
Right.
Be optimistic that this could be the answer. Or maybe it's saying, if you're not this approach, then maybe it's not right for you. So you have to be anchored in. You have to be all into this to make it work, okay? You can't have doubts. You have to make sure you trust the person who will be doing this for you.
I like what you just said there about being sure or feeling like you're sure that you're going to get the results, because I think that's with this card that wanted to come out. The Three of Wands saying, like, you don't have to wed yourself to this idea. I mean, you should do the first one at least, but depending on what you really feel, what you really get out of it, maybe you should change the plan. The Three of Wands reversed.
Yeah, really,
Be open.
the only things that are bad here, because Strength Reversed is not necessarily a bad card.
No, I think
But the 2 reverse 3s are where we're at. And so I like what you did there. I think that's right. And the anchor and the star is like, remain hopeful. I would say, if you really feel you haven't found what you're looking for yet, using another song that I like, but I still haven't found what I'm looking for, to solve what's wrong, what does this hurt? It is a big deal doing a soul retrieval, but if you really feel that this calls to you, I would say definitely be all in on it,
No, I agree. Just after the results are in, after you really get to sit with it a while, if it really didn't work or if you really were bothered by it, you can change your plan. But I wanted to talk about Strength Reversed because I think Strength is one of those cards that it's perfect in the idea that there's two different ways to do things.
Right.
And depending on the context of your question, one could be a bad way, one could not be. I think this is saying, really, you are working at this in a way you haven't worked before, and that it is a little bit more putting yourself into it in a way that you haven't before. And I don't know if that makes sense, because I know that as a medium and working with the energies and powers you do, you mostly approach things from a different level. This is probably saying you need to find that other level of working with this and supporting it and integrating it.
Wow. So interesting. I wish you luck with that. It sounds really cool. But I guess the other thing is I would say about that 3 of Pentacles is that, if you're committing to this and you're all in, like these cards want you to be, you got to be serious about it for sure. This is not like, I'm going to try this and I'm going to try that. This is about really, this may hold the key.
Well, another thing about that 3 of Pentacles reversed is saying that really, this is really for you. It's not, you'll be working with somebody who does that, but in terms of, other things, whether it's, your family or Uncle Alan or other people, it still is more really you. Does that make sense?
Maybe. Why does this keep moving, Mr. O? You're moving my cloth. Maybe I did. All right. Hey, that's what we have for you, Violet. Good luck with that.
All
Sounds
right.
interesting.
We are done.
I think so.
We want to thank everybody. I especially want to thank Alicia once again for her donation.
That's very
Wonderful.
nice. Thank you so much. And want to remind everybody, we will be here at happy hour, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday as planned. And we will have a live show this Sunday, 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I won't be going into a lot of overtime because I want to be watching some of the pregame stuff for the Lions game. So get here early on Sunday and you will be assured a reading.
All right.
All right. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your evening, and we hope to see you all again soon. Bye for now.